have been doing this for the last 8 weeks, every Thursday. And we have finished the Dhyan Shlokas, 7 Dhyan Shlokas of this Stotram. And today we will be starting with the first Shloka of the Stotram itself. Let me chant it for you and then we will go ahead. Vishwam darpana dreshyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pashyannatmani mayaya bahirivodbhutam yatha nidraya ya sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanamevadvayam Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshinamurti translates as, the entire world is like the reflection of a city in a mirror, which is within one's own self. The Atma within witnesses this external world projected by Maya, just like one sees a dream during sleep. When one wakes up from the deep sleep of ignorance, one experiences this play of Maya within one's own Atma. To that Guru, Shri Dakshinamurti, who awakens this supreme knowledge within me, I bow down. As you know, this stotram has been composed by Bhagwan Shri Adi Shankaracharya. And as he begins the very first shloka of this stotram, he emphasizes the illusory nature of the world, of this universe. And he compares this visible world with two things that are illusory. One is the reflection in a mirror, and the second is a dream. A reflection and a dream, both are illusory by nature. And he goes on to explain how. So he starts by saying, Vishwam darpana drishya mana nagari tulyam nijantar gatam. This entire world which we are looking at is just like the reflection of a city, and this is all happening within one's own self. So, obviously our face is our own, but in order to see our own face, we need to look at it as a reflection in the mirror. Without the mirror, we cannot see our own face. And when we see our face in the mirror, our face appears real, perfect. And one starts wondering, which is the real face? The face which is looking in the mirror, or the face which is being reflected back to us from the mirror? So although we all know that although the face which is reflected in the mirror looks so perfect, looks so real, obviously it is not real. It's just a reflection in the mirror. The real face is this one which is looking in the mirror, right? This is clear. In the same way, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya is saying, he's comparing this visible world which we see around us to the reflection of a city in a mirror. Nagari means city. So just as you are looking at yourself in the mirror, the Atma is looking out into the world, and what is the Atma seeing? Is seeing the reflection of the world as if it is in a mirror. So just as the reflection in the mirror is not your real face, this reflection of the world which the Atma is seeing is also not real. That also is just a reflection. And it looks real. Just like your face in the mirror also looks real, what the Atma is looking at outside also appears real, looks real. But this reflection outside is not reality. Then it is inside us only. It is a reflection of what is inside us only. So then why does it look like a world outside? Why doesn't it look like the Atma? So this is explained after the second comparison. What is the second comparison? Pashyanatmani mayaya bahirabodh bhutam yatha nidraya. The Atma within witnesses this external world projected by Maya, just like one sees a dream during sleep. Now, let's do a little revision from the Dhyan Shlokas. Vedanta teaches us that there are 3 states of consciousness. Which are they? Waking state, dreaming state, and deep sleep state. These states of consciousness belong to who? They belong to the body, they belong to the mind, and they belong to the intellect. Brahma, which is the only reality, is beyond these 3 states of consciousness that we call the 4th state or Turiya Avastha. Now, when we are in sleep, deep sleep, let's say, when you are in deep sleep, you will identify with this. Our body is simply not conscious of anything around it. Yes or no? Before we are in deep sleep, we are conscious of our pillow, we are conscious of the temperature around us, we are conscious of noises, we are conscious of aromas, we are conscious of the bed. But once we fall into deep sleep, the body is absolutely not conscious of anything in its surroundings. Yes or no? Secondly, the entire universe, with all its problems, with all your dukhs, everything vanishes from the mind. Yes? In sleep. When you're awake, all these problems are there. But in sleep, entire thing vanishes from your mind. Feelings, emotions, everything goes. And thirdly, the intellect also, with all its concepts, with all its notions, I am this, I am that, this is my profession, this is my nationality, this is my ideology, all that is also just at deep rest. So, still, even though the mind is not conscious of anything, even though the body is not aware of its surroundings, even though the intellect, everything, the entire universe has vanished, disappeared, yet from deep within our own self arises another illusory world, which we call dream. Yes? From nowhere, means from somewhere, from within us only, one new world arises. And this world, even though we are in deep sleep, it appears to be real. It appears to have name and form, Naam and Roop. And it is so actually full of an illusory reality. And it lasts till we awake again. And once we wake up from our sleep, this dream vanishes. Yes? In the same way, even when we are fully awake, like right now, most of us are deep in the sleep of ignorance. So now this is a little play of being awake, as in being awake right now. I'm talking, I'm looking at you, I'm using my body, mind, and intellect. Yet, I'm comparing this state to the state of deep sleep of ignorance, in spite of being fully awake. And this world of name and form, naam and roop, which is arising in my waking state, appears to be the only truth or the only reality that exists. And this world, which is outside, Bahir, it says, it's outside, it's external. Where is it actually? It is actually being reflected like a city in a mirror. It's being reflected from our own self, from our own Atma. How? How is this illusory world outside getting created, which looks like a world of Naam and Roop? It looks like a world of name and form. And we are saying it's getting reflected from our Atma, from inside us. It is actually inside us. How is this happening? So if you see in the second line, there's a word Mayaya. It is getting created through the delusion of Maya. Because of Maya, because there is delusion inside us, that same delusion is getting reflected outside. Just like this face was getting reflected in the mirror, in the same way, this Maya, this illusion, this delusion, this avidya is getting reflected in the outside. Now, what is this Maya and how does this happen? So they say Maya has got two powers. What are they? They are called Avaran Shakti and Vikshep Shakti. Avaran Shakti. What is that? Avaran means a veil, a covering, a curtain. It is a Shakti of Maya and it blocks what? It blocks one's vision of our own self, of the truth of who we are. And because that truth is blocked, the Vikshep Shakti creates an illusion. So Avaran Shakti blocks the truth and Vikshep Shakti creates an illusion of the truth. So beautiful, actually, when you come to think of it. So how can we overcome this? What is the way to solve this problem? How can we see the correct reflection of the Atma in the outside? What is that method? Bhagwan says, Ya sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmanam me vadvayam. The one who directly understands, directly experiences, directly sees his own non-dual self at the time of waking, then he will see who he is. This entire delusion will disappear. How? I want to know how. And we have been talking about it for I don't know how many decades now. It happens with the practice of Chitta Shuddhikaran, the process of self-purification. This process, we have talked about it in Gita also, through Bhagavad Gita. We know that Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga helps in the purification of the Antakaran. And with that, what happens? This curtain which we are talking about, this curtain of ignorance, it dissolves. Avaran dissolves. And agitations of the mind, vikshep, also gets silenced. When this curtain gets dissolved, when the agitations are silenced, stilled, stabilized, then we see the truth that is hidden forever. We will have destroyed avidya. We will have destroyed Maya. We will have destroyed the veil of ignorance. Just like if there's a curtain and you cannot see the sunlight outside, you remove the curtain, you will see the sunlight. When you remove the curtain of ignorance, you will see the knowledge. What knowledge are we going to see? You're going to see the non-dual nature of your own self. Delusion will be over. Nashto moha. You know, in the chapter which we are chanting right now, chapter 18, there's one beautiful verse which I just love, that shloka, number 73, where Arjun finally tells Bhagwan Krishna, Nashto moha, my delusion has been destroyed. And that is the true meaning of moksha. When we say moksha means liberation, moksha means salvation, actually moksha means destruction of moha. All delusion has been destroyed, and that has to happen. It has to precede liberation. Delusion being destroyed happens, then liberation happens. We directly experience ourselves within our own self as non-dual reality, which is the same Atma, Brahma, Ishwar, manifest world, unmanifest world. And that is the reality. And Bhagwan ends the shloka by saying, Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Nama Idam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. I bow down in obedience to him, Shri Dakshinamurti, the Guru Tattva, which is incarnate in the form of my Guru, who has revealed this knowledge to me. And this line will be repeated as the last line of 9 shlokas, which we will be doing in this stotram, to emphasize the true meaning of Guru. This word Guru cannot be translated in English, cannot call it teacher. There is no word at all in English for Guru. In Manusmriti, I have read that there are 3 kinds of teachers who impart different kinds of spiritual knowledge. They are Upadhyay, Acharya, and Guru. So there are different kinds of spiritual education which is imparted. What does the Upadhyay do? The Upadhyay teaches one particular branch of the Vedas. That branch could be grammar, language. It could be Ayurveda. It could be yoga, Hatha yoga. It could be Karmakand. It could be archery also. So an Upadhyay teaches one branch of the Vedas, but the important point is for what? Teaches this so that the student has a means of livelihood, a way of imparting one knowledge to earn money. And that is an Upadhyay. You can call it, in modern terms, you can call it vocational guidance. Then you have an Acharya. Who is an Acharya? An Acharya gives you the practical application of the Vedas. An Acharya is the one who initiates the Shishya in Upanayan, giving them the Sanskara Upanayan, giving them initiation into Gayatri Mantra, and explains the symbolic meaning of the Vedas. You can call him a guide. You can call him a preceptor. Then who is Guru? Guru is the one who nurtures the Shishya, who shelters the Shishya, and he is like a parent, a mother or a father to the Shishya. And to that Shishya, who he adopts as his own, he imparts Brahma Gyan. For what purpose? Not for earning a living, not for some practical karmakand, but for his liberation. The Guru, according to Sanatana Dharma, is the mother or the father, or I'll say mother and father of the Shishya. So does it mean that every Guru will just grant moksha to every disciple? No, it's not like that. So the Guru gives some teaching. The Shishya has to implement that teaching, has to implement, put into practice, put into his life what he has learned. And from that one little bit of teaching, slowly, shanai shanai, a little bit of his ignorance will get dissolved. A little bit of his attachment will get detached. A little bit of his delusion will start clearing up. And that will lead him closer and closer to his own liberation. So a disciple's liberation is in his own hands. It is the kripa of the Guru who is imparting this knowledge bit by bit, which is being implemented by the Shishya, and the Shishya is taking himself closer and closer to his own liberation. Isn't it beautiful? So as we saw in the Dhyan Shlokas, when Bhagavan Shankaracharya bows down to Shri Dakshinamurti, he's bowing down to the Guru in three aspects. He sees in the Guru Tattva, he sees the Guru who is imparting this knowledge. He also sees Ishwar with the three functions of the universe. And he also sees the Atma that reveals itself to the Adhikari Shishya. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, I bow down to that Guru, I bow down to that Tattva, I bow down to that Brahma within each one of us, potentially existing within each one of us, which needs to be revealed. All this in just 4 lines of the first shloka. Next Thursday, second shloka. Oh, oh, oh. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Shitarpanam, Jai Gurudev. Thank you so much, Nikhil, for chanting. Thank you, Zoom team. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. God bless you all. See you tomorrow for Bhakti. Don't miss it. God bless.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, Zoom.